CDK Offers is an online store that sells game codes, wallet codes, and software at an affordable price. Just like this Microsoft Windows 10 Pro OEM CDK priced at a whopping $17.06. But wait, use my voucher code KZ20 and you can get it for 20% less. It's a global key so it works for any region. For the payment method, it supports all major cards and payment channels like PayPal, Mallpoints, and Alipay, to name a few. They also have a 24/7 live chat support to help you out in case you encounter issues. Legit and affordable Windows 10 keys for everyone. What's up guys, Constech here, back again for another video. Today we'll have a look at the Fantech x15 Phantom. I got this from Shopee for around 500 pesos and I've been using it for a few days now. I'll be sharing with you my experience and thoughts about this inexpensive gaming mouse. Let's get started. Well, I'm really impressed that Fantech puts effort in making their box look appealing, even for a dirt cheap mouse like this. Anyway, let's unbox this and check out what's inside. So the box comes with a thank you card, a manual, a warranty card, and the mouse itself. The mouse gates are protected with a thin plastic. Make sure to remove them before using the mouse. The mouse weighs at 112 grams, measures 129 millimeters long, 60 millimeters wide at the middle, 65 at its base, and 41 millimeters at its highest point. It has 7 programmable buttons, 1.8 meter braided USB cable, and a USB connector which is not gold plated. At the bottom we can see the 3 PTFE skates, the back being considerably larger than the 2 at the front, and the sensor situated slightly near the back part of the mouse. The Fantech x15 Phantom sports an optical sensor. As per the exact model, I am unable to find any information online, so we'll have to make do with the specs they provided, which are a DPI range of 200 to 4800, 125Hz polling rate, 60 IPS tracking speed, and 15G acceleration. I measured the lift-off distance to be around 2 millimeters on a soft pad. The sensor does not track at all on any hard or smooth surface, so keep that in mind. This one's an ergonomic mouse. With that said, it's designed mainly for right-handed users, since it features a deep groove at the left side for accommodating the thumb, and a wide base slightly extending to the right for resting the ring and pinky fingers. Looking from these angles, we can see that the left side is raised, then gradually slopes down to the right. It also has grooves on the main buttons for grip support. This is a common design for ergonomic mice as it facilitates natural hand position for grasping the mouse with a handshake-like grip. Alright, so for starters, I find the mouse to be decently built. No rattles, flimsy buttons, or anything glaring that would hint a poor build quality. It creaked a bit when I squeezed it at the sides for the first time, but it never happened again. The entire mouse has a slightly matte finish, with the exception of the side grips which are rough textured. They're not rubber by the way, but they serve their purpose nonetheless. Weight distribution is not even, and most of the weight is packed at the back. It's not likely going to be an issue unless you decide to use fingertip grip on the mouse. The mouse glides just fine, not the smoothest but fine for the most part. Cable's not that soft. However, cable drag is not an issue for this mouse since it's quite heavy anyway. Fantech did not specify what switch was used for the main buttons, but they feel like 1-0 switches and are fine for the most part. They're rated at 10 million clicks as per the spec sheet. The rubberized scroll wheel feels light with well-defined steps, decent tension as well when I press it. The side buttons have a plasticky sound when pressed. They feel very dated actually, and I really don't like it. Same goes for the DPI buttons that produces a much louder plasticky sound. They have a very low profile though, so it prevents any accidental presses. Nonetheless, the buttons serve their purpose. I just don't find them satisfying, for a lack of a better word. Okay, now that you already have a general idea of how the mouse looks and some of its external features, let's talk about the grip. It's a big and heavy mouse, and its hump is at the middle, gradually sloping down to the back. Obviously, the best grip for such mouse is palm grip. Yes, this mouse is exclusively for palm grip, or palm claw for some of our folks there. You'll need a hand that's at least 16 centimeters long and 9 centimeters wide to comfortably palm it. Anything shorter, I can't guarantee that's going to be comfortable. I can manage to fingertip grip the mouse with my 17 by 10 centimeter hand, but it's not a pleasant experience. The mouse is too heavy for such grip, and I can feel the strain after doing that for a few hours. It's worth noting that this mouse features a software support for deep customizations like DPI steps, lighting, and most especially, macros and keybinds. It works as intended. However, I find the software to be not very intuitive, and the RGB lighting does not exactly let you choose from the 16.8 million colors available in the RGB spectrum. You only have these colors to choose from. It has 5 preset configurations, which can be customized to your liking. However, the mouse does not have a built-in memory, so the software must run in the background for customizations to work. I'm not expecting much from the sensor since it's a budget mouse. But just for the record, here's the line test. As you can see, the sensor suffers from angle snapping, which is pretty common for budget sensors. Look at those straight lines. They're perfect. I can track fine movements, but it tends to jitter every now and then, but only by a few pixels. In this quick swipe test, we can clearly see that the mouse fails in tracking fast movements. I'm not swiping that fast to begin with, but it still loses track. Going on low DPI and sensitivity will pose a problem for this mouse, as it's prone to spinouts, as you can see here. The mouse also suffers from a slight lag when doing wide movements. It's likely because of the 125Hz polling rate, causing the mouse to lose sync with the cursor movement. This becomes less noticeable though when pointer acceleration is enabled. So what it's like using the Fantech x15 Phantom? Well, to be fair, I did try exclusively using this mouse for a week, and I'd say it's good enough. It reminded me of the time that I was still starting out using my trusty Red Dragons and Tropherus, which is also a heavy mouse with a budget sensor. I had to continue using palm grip since fingertip grip felt painful for me when wielding this mouse. I have my pointer acceleration disabled and I refuse to enable it to eliminate the sensor lag. It's going to mess with my muscle memory. Gaming performance is decent enough. Not great, but good enough. While I did not have any issues playing Dota 2 or MMOs with this mouse, I find it really difficult to play FPS games with this one. Flicking would often result in a spin-out. I had to adjust to a higher eDPI to compensate for it. It's accurate enough to land shots, though the occasional jitter and sensor lag can be frustrating. It's funny that this mouse is being advertised for FPS games, but the way I see it, it should have been advertised more for MOBAs and MMOs because of its ability to use macros. I'm not saying this mouse is bad for FPS games. Any mouse, even the cheap ones, would actually work. But it's likely going to hold you back if you're already good at the game. With its dirt cheap price tag, I think the Fantech x15 Phantom is still a decent buy if you're really tight on budget. It has a comfortable grip, as long as you will use palm grip with the right hand size, a suite of customizations offered by its software, and a decent build that's likely going to last long. Probably long enough until you saved up for a better mouse. Gaming should still be enjoyable as long as you have your expectations set right. I can't stress enough that this is a cheap mouse, so you really can't expect much from it, especially in sensor performance. If you can further stretch your budget, it's better to grab a mouse in the 1,000 pesos price range. From there, you'll have plenty of options with most sporting mid-range sensors. More than enough even for the most competitive gamers. You can check out these reviews of the Logitech G102 and Razer Viper Mini. They're one of the cheapest entry-level gaming mice you can get with specs and performance that can match up even against the higher-end ones. Or if you're looking for an ergonomic mouse, the Razer Death Adder or a Rack Captain are also good picks. That's it for this video. Like, dislike, comment down if you have questions or anything to say. Get subscribed so you don't miss out on my next uploads, and as always, thanks for watching, and see you guys soon.